Imagine waking up to the news that one of the world's most respected financial minds just sold off a piece of his Bitcoin. Not because of a market crash, not because of regulation, but because of a threat from a technology that doesn't fully exist yet. This week, Christopher Wood, the chief investment strategist at Jefferies, did just that, slashing 10% of his Bitcoin allocation. The reason? Quantum computing. For those unfamiliar, Christopher Wood's Greed and Fear report is a must-read for institutional investors. His portfolio moves are watched like a hawk. So when he cited long-term concerns that rapid advancements in quantum computing could compromise Bitcoin's cryptography, it sent ripples far beyond the Twitter sphere. This isn't just FUD, and for those of you crypto newbies, that is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. This is a heavyweight finance veteran sounding the alarm. So guys, in order to know if this threat is real, we first need to understand what the heck is quantum computing. If there's something that could take our Bitcoin and our money and flush it down the toilet just like that, we need to know about it. So, what exactly is this quantum boogeyman? Think of current computers as using bits, zeros and ones, like a light switch being either on or off. Quantum computers use qubits, which can be 0, 1, or both at the same time. This incredible property, called superposition, allows them to process vast amounts of information simultaneously and solve problems traditional computers can't even dream of. We're talking about performing calculations that would take a normal supercomputer billions of years. And these quantum computers can do it in minutes, which makes the threat to Bitcoin, seem pretty probable. So what are bits versus qubits, and how big is this power leap we're talking about? I mean, it's really like having a million keys and trying to find the right one for a lock. A normal computer tries them one by one, but a quantum computer, theoretically, can try them all at the same time. That's the difference. And this ability is what makes it so powerful and potentially so threatening. Threatening to computing as we know it, and threatening to cryptocurrencies. Now let's get to Bitcoin. Bitcoin security relies on incredibly strong cryptographic algorithms, primarily ECDSA, elliptic curve digital signature algorithm. This is what turns your private key into your public key and how transactions are signed. It's practically impossible for a regular computer to reverse engineer your private key from your public key or a transaction signature. But here's where quantum computers enter the picture. Algorithms like Shor's algorithm, designed for quantum computers, could, in theory, efficiently break ECDSA encryption. This means a sufficiently powerful quantum computer could potentially derive your private key from your public key. And if someone has your private key, they effectively own your Bitcoin. And even more chilling, if a quantum computer could process a pending transaction quickly enough, it might be able to derive your private key from the transaction signature before the transaction is even confirmed on the blockchain. This would allow an attacker to re-sign and redirect your funds.
So, is this doomsday?
Or not quite doomsday yet. Because before you panic and sell everything, don't do that. Don't panic and sell. Let's talk about why many experts still say this problem is for tomorrow, not today. First, the quantum computers capable of breaking Bitcoin's encryption simply don't exist yet. It's all theoretical. We have powerful quantum prototypes, but they lack the number of stable, error-corrected qubits needed for such a huge task as breaking the Bitcoin network. Most estimates put this capability at least decades away. Second, the Bitcoin network is not static. Developers are constantly working on post-quantum cryptography solutions. These are new cryptographic algorithms designed to be resistant to quantum attacks. Think of it as upgrading Bitcoin's digital lock before the quantum key is even forged. This could involve soft forks or even hard forks to implement these upgrades. There's also the argument that Bitcoin users typically move their funds from an old public key to a new one after a transaction, which makes those spent addresses more vulnerable. But active, unspent addresses with strong random keys are still largely considered safe for the foreseeable future. So why is Jefferies acting now? If it's decades away, why is Christopher Wood making this move today? It all boils down to risk management, and that's why the big boys keep their money, because they know how to manage risk. And he has a lot of, we'll call it, strategic foresight. For institutions managing billions of dollars, decades away is not an excuse for inaction. It's a planning horizon. They need to consider all potential threats, no matter how distant, and start mitigating the threats now. So Wood's action highlights that the quantum threat is no longer just a theoretical academic discussion. It is a legitimate concern entering institutional risk models. So the quantum computing has been identified as yes, although not likely, it is theoretically possible, and we should account for it now by repositioning a portion of our Bitcoin. So it's going to force the industry to accelerate research into quantum resistant solutions and push the conversation around Bitcoin's long-term adaptability. So guys, in conclusion, what's hype, what's reality, and what do we do with our Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin doomed by quantum computers? Are our balances going to go to zip? No, not yet, and perhaps never, if the community stays ahead of the curve. But Christopher Wood's decision serves as a powerful reminder. No technology is immune to progress. The race is on between cryptographic innovation and quantum advancement. But for now, your Bitcoin's safe. But the conversation has definitely begun. So what are your thoughts, guys? Leave a comment below. What do you think? Is quantum computing a real threat to Bitcoin? Or is this just premature FUD from Wall Street? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the future of crypto.